Hello and welcome to Top Fives, the show of everything. Top Fives, presented by the Sex Effects. I'm Joey Prati.
And I'm Sean Day.
And folks, we have a pretty good show for you lined up this evening. Pretty good, I think.
Pretty
Maybe.
good, y'all.
We'll see. I don't know. We can't guarantee these things. I don't do any editing. But before we get to that, Jonathan, how are you, my friend?
Surviving the heat down in Los Angeles this week.
Yeah?
But I'm happy it's a little bit cooler today, so I'm not roasting in my room right now. But as of right now, there's some fires happening in LA. There's all sorts of crazy stuff happening. So, but of course, excuse me. Yeah, kind of stuff to kind of trying to figure out the week. Yeah, not much really happening aside from heat and fires and all sorts of chaotic stuff
The
happening.
world is on fire, literally, man.
Yeah, man.
It's wild.
But
It is wild.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
Well, that's a good gist.
Yeah. How you doing this week, Joey?
I'm excellent. I'm very good.
Very good.
Yeah. Now, do you want to know why?
Why, Joey?
Okay.
Tell us
All right. So, yeah, I am getting a new spot in Russian Hill in San Francisco. I'll be walking distance to North Beach. I'm very pleasantly excited. So that should be whenever the episode drops that night. I will be getting in there. So that'll be fun. So next episode, I'll be. I didn't know last episode was the last one I'd be doing from.
I know, right?
You know, my current location. I'm quarantining with my lady right now. So I'm at her place. This is her setup and spot. It's very nice. I'm at a big bay window in Potrero Hill, and it's wonderful. And got the dog chilling, and she's doing stuff, and it's great.
We got
She's right there.
Oh, that's a cool shot.
Hey. Yeah. So yeah, things are good. Signed the leasing papers or what have you yesterday morning.
So it's official.
And then it's official. I get the keys Friday. And then yeah, last night checked my email, and the last script I wrote got into Southeastern International Film Festival semifinalist. It's good. Things
That's
good.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into anything like that in about 3 years. I was feeling very down about it. You know, you start to be like, shit, I don't know how to do this. So it was nice to kind of get that reassurance of like, oh, all right, I'm not terrible, I guess. But yeah, I feel like Coppola because it's a sequel. You know what I mean?
Sequel, y'all.
It's a sequel script, and it's, you know, stands on its own, I suppose.
Hey.
But but yeah, things are good, man. You know, the world is, as we said, on fucking fire. But personally, things are all right.
Things all right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, as all right as it can be. I'm quite negative, as our dear imaginary audience knows already. So
it's all good. It's all good. Do we have any like news topics for this week? I can't really think of
I'm sure that we do, but I can't think of anything. I've been too wrapped up in my own bullshit.
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
Well, we are going to be on the debatable podcast next week. I believe the 14th around 10 p.m. on Twitch, I think they said. So they're calling it the Sexisode. We're going to be debating our favorite sex positions and after sex snacks. So that'll be fun. That's something to look out for. Oh, here's a bit of news. Nintendo. Did you see what they are dropping for Mario's 35th?
No, what is this?
It's like if I didn't just sign papers for Elise, I would go out and buy a Switch right now, because they are doing Super Mario 3D All Stars. So you're gonna get Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy in one fucking thing.
Ooh, that is
for the Switch.
Smart move on Nintendo's part.
Yo, have they? I don't think they've ever remastered 64 before.
They
haven't remastered any of those before. This is the first time. This is huge.
I feel like this has been long awaited, right? I know they're starting to get
fucking waited.
You know, they're going to try to get more of their other I guess like N64 titles in there. They have like
Yeah.
this Super Nintendo stuff that they're putting up there.
I guess 64 was on like one of the DSs or something like that, maybe.
That
I never had a DS. The last handheld I had was the Game Boy Advance. So
same, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I think that's a great move for Nintendo, and I think especially in the age of we were talking about like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Remastered and like
Which did you get it? Have you played it?
played it. It was weird. I got it and I like played it for like a few hours, and then I took like a day or two off, just kind of like just going to work and shit, and I wasn't in the right headspace, I guess, to kind of sit down and play it. But I played a little bit last night. Finally created my character.
Hell yeah, I want to see your character.
It's awesome, man. I love this game. It's so much fun.
It's really good, yeah.
And it's super smooth. But yeah, I think in the age of remasters and kind of going back to the Nintendo like titles, I think that's kind of the next move for Nintendo as far as releasing some of those older titles, especially for something like Mario, like being such a big IP for them. And the N64, like Mario 64. I mean, I would love to play a version of that.
Right. And something, because I always bring this up, but like the physics, of 3D platformers gets refined every generation. So you go back and play something that felt buttery smooth 2 systems ago, and you can't hardly control the fucking thing. And I felt a little bit of that going back to Mario 64. And we were playing Mario Sunshine the other night, and the camera was like, ugh. So I'm hoping that they kind of update and smooth those kinds of features, you know what I mean, while keeping the game itself intact and the same experience that you would have had back in the day. So
that's kind of the main thing. I going back to like Tony Hawk, like playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Remastered, the controls and like the feel of it just is so. It's just so good, and it relates so much, to the first few games, the original versions of them. And I think that's also why I think we're all enjoying that game right now is the feel and it gives you that kind of, obviously the nostalgia of the games, but also the functionality of playing the game at that time. It feels almost the same. And I know they added a few features from the first 2 games and so on and so forth, but like, man, I don't know. I'm having so much fun playing it, and like stuff like Mario 64 coming out, like I feel like that's gonna be a game that a lot of people will get their hands on. I like the backwards hat, by the way. But in light of that, they need to come out with GoldenEye of some sort of a
that
remaster.
will never happen. That will never. happen.
Is there
it's like so it was made by Rare.
Oh, you're right.
GoldenEye was done by Rare and Nintendo together, and Rare is now owned by Microsoft. So that's never happened.
Right, dude.
Unfortunately, much to my chagrin.
That's a shame, because I mean that is the remaster. I feel like kind of next remaster. I feel like a lot of people would like to play.
Oh, dude, I would murder someone if I could play that on a new system. And actually, no, I love picking up the N64 controller and playing GoldenEye on the N60. I wouldn't want to play it on a different controller. I wouldn't want a different layout. The trigger is where it needs to be. It's you can't replicate that experience.
Yeah,
that experience and the controller are tied.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree with you on that one, and that's that's a shame that with the Rare and Nintendo, and I've seen like people take on their own versions. I think using like the Unreal Engine and like their versions of it. But
yeah, people can lovingly like kind of recreate it.
Yeah, and it's not bad. I think it's just like, man, if we had a game like that, like with the the similar features of like the multiplayer and it's crazy because especially with how popular like shooter games are these days, I think it would just be like a huge success for that. But unfortunately,
it'd be gigantic. It'd be gigantic.
Almost, I think,
but
like
do you
similar
remember
to Tony Hawk, like that coming.
Oh, it'd be huge, dude. It'd be bigger. It'd be way bigger. Do you remember when they did they called it GoldenEye? And I think it came out on the Wii.
Yeah.
And they put Daniel Craig in it, and they recreated some of the levels kind of.
Yeah.
But they changed the Who does Call? Is it? It's not Activision. Does Activision do Call of Duty?
Infinity, or
Infinity
Infinity
Ward.
Ward.
Yeah, yeah. So they made that James Bond game,
Oh,
and
okay.
they slapped the GoldenEye logo on it, but the control layout was the same as Call of Duty. So it was like, you can't,
Yeah.
like those games were inspired by GoldenEye for being that specific thing. I don't want to play a GoldenEye that is then it's the snake eating itself. It's
Yeah.
that's not why I go to 007. It's a that is a different gameplay. I don't know, but that's still
And that's kind of it. Sometimes it's like the controls and the feel. You could kind of recreate the game as much as you can, and kind of like make the graphics a lot more smooth. But in Tail, it's kind of how it plays, and how
yeah.
I guess close it is to the original. And then of course Tony Hawk, man, I just feel like that game is just it's hitting all those points.
It's really good. It's real. I beat the game this morning.
Oh, dude. So did you get any of the characters, the unlockable characters too?
I haven't done that yet. No. I just played with my character, and I haven't like 100%ed either game. I was just kind of playing to get levels,
Yeah.
get all the levels in. Which I don't know if the secret levels, because there was a hidden, like you could play Tony Hawk 2 like in space. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I wonder if that's in there.
I don't know.
Little Easter
But
egg maybe.
I had my brother and I had Andrew Hopkins, good friend of the show, over. And it was just three of us boys. We ordered pizza and we passed around the controller like it was 1999. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, that's awesome. I played the graffiti multiplayer with my roommate, and
nice.
Where you like tag the whatever ramp you grind or whatever, it turns your graffiti or whatever the color you're representing. And I was like, holy shit, like I miss these kind of these types of games where I feel like a lot of multiplayer games now are just online multiplayer, and Tony Hawk does have like an online multiplayer feature, but I'm glad it has that feature to allow like even just someone to hop on the second controller and just play with you. So I can't get enough of this game. I'm actually really excited. So my dude, I'll describe to you my guy.
Describe him.
He's this dude. All he has is some boxer shorts on. He's got a mohawk.
That's very you.
Cool goatee, and he's got a bunch of tattoos, and that's all it is, dude. Just this dude in his boxers just skating around.
I think that's the perfect avatar for Sean Day. I think that's exactly what comes to mind when I think of you.
Why not, dude? So hopefully one of these days we'll get to do a multiplayer skate sesh or something. Free skate.
We're gonna need to do like a Twitch live stream of us playing Tony Hawk and just talking over it.
Yes, I think that would be such a cool experience. I think a lot of people would enjoy that.
We got to get my brother and Andrew on it.
I think that'd be a fucking brilliant idea, dude.
That'd be a blast. I think our dear, sweet, lovely imaginary audience would be into that.
Yeah, and we'll go on Twitch and we'll say hello to you guys, and we'll show you guys our characters. And I'm still trying to get the hang of it. I was like, man, I gotta get used to like the combo thing, and it's like manual. You got a manual, do all these things, and like, but it's so smooth.
The revert into the manual is clutch.
It's so fun, dude. So
it's so good.
I'm actually really excited to play after we podcast tonight, and for a little bit. So
same.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Tony Hawk. That's been on my mind lately. There we go.
THPS tips.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Jonathan, do we have any lists we'd like to get to this evening?
Yeah, man. I'll start today.
Please start.
Well, I was just thinking of, it's been a year since our Euro trip, I would say, almost exactly a year to this date. Can't believe it's been a year already. But
can't believe it.
It makes me think about future places we would like to go, and post-pandemic. So kind of a different topic today. So what are your top 5 travel destinations post-pandemic?
Post-pandemic travel. It's insane. Up till March, I mean, let's be real. I was out at the bars St. Paddy's Day. So we're talking the curfew, or not the curfew, excuse me, the lockdown went into effect on March 17th in San Francisco, and I was out the 15th going into the 16th. Like me and Andrew were out in North Beach and we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day and we're outside of Sullivan's smoking cigarettes, passing around cigarettes, like just with strange Irish people. So I had in my head that, it's a virus. We're going to be traveling soon. So I was looking at tickets to go to New York and fucking back to France. And, I was like, this is not going to affect us. Little did I know. Having said that, let's see, where would I want to go? I'm going to choose places I haven't been because I would love to go back to pretty much everywhere I have been already. But I'm going to try to different it up. Number 5, I'm going to say Seattle. I've never been to Seattle.
Hey,
I hear
Seattle.
I would like Seattle.
Yeah.
And I think I would dig it. I would like to check it out.
Would you fly? Would you drive?
I'd fly.
Fly?
I mean, I could drive, but if it's like a 45-minute flight, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a nice short flight.
Yeah. Even with all the airport hassle, would be a shorter time than driving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
You'll have probably more time to kind of chill around in Seattle,
Mhm.
right?
Exactly. So, that's on the list.
That's on there.
Number 4, I'm going to go Spain. I would love to see Spain. It's one of the few places not one of the few, I've been to like 3 places in Europe. But my brother has only been to Spain and I haven't. So it's like, I really want to go to Spain. He loved it. He was in Barcelona and Ibiza. You got to use the proper usted with them. And I would love to go there and get my ass kicked. It would be a lot of fun.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah. Are you making fun of the way they talk? No. Shit.
Shit, dude.
Yeah. Fit.
But yeah, you know what?
Am I right?
That'd be a cool trip, dude.
That would be a lot of fun. And it's just beautiful. The architecture. I'm sure the food's probably all right.
Yeah.
There's a Harlem because there's a Spanish Harlem.
Actually, my dad probably has some pretty cool places to suggest for.
I bet he does.
Spain.
You should have saved this for next week.
Yeah,
no spoilers.
Actually,
no spoilers in the next
I know,
week.
no spoilers, guys. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, Spain, number 4. Number 3, I want to go to Egypt. I want to do like Cairo or something. I want to see the pyramids. I want to see a world more chaotic than the U.S. I want to like, oh, this is anarchy. I want to see that. You know what I mean? Because soon it's going to be all regulated and gentrified in its own way, and that's not the Egypt I want to see. You know what I mean? So, number 2, I want to go to Italy. I want to go all over Italy. I want to see where my family's from in Bari and Genoa. I want to go to Sicily. I want to see the Colosseums in Rome. I want to go to fucking Venice, maybe. My parents said it was pretty dirty, but I want to check it out. I want to go all over. The Amalfi Coast looks beautiful. Yeah, and it's the land of my fucking people. Look at this nose, dude. Look at this nose.
Yeah, you got to go back to your roots,
I need to
dude.
go there. Yeah.
Why not, dude?
Why the fuck not?
I mean, Italy would be like for me, it's be like the food, dude. Like for sure.
Oh, dude, food and the wine.
Yeah.
Come back gigantic. Yeah, I love it. Number 1, and this is actually March 11th. I was on Skyscanner, like, all right, shit, tickets are like $80. I can go to New York for like $80. I go to New York. Never been.
Nice.
And everyone tells me with my personality, I would fit right in. So I would love to check out New York and see what's up,
See what's up, y'all.
So I think it'd be a great time. I would love to see, obviously, like the 9/11 memorial and that kind of stuff, but I don't want to do too much touristy things. I just want to walk around and absorb and be part of the culture, and kind of how we did in Paris. Like we really didn't do We didn't
like
go
the
on any tours.
touristy
We didn't
bus
do.
thing.
We just
Yeah,
walked around, and
I thought that
that's
was the best way, right?
it was the best way. I
To
think.
get
Yeah, I
into
think
the
we did a good thing.
yeah.
So
Dude, I like that. New York.
yeah, not bad, man. But I'm curious to hear where you want to go because it's going to give me FOMO, and I'm going to stuff myself into your luggage, and you're
I've
going to
got
get to your destination and be like, "Fuck, Joey's here." I'm
a
gonna
well, I've
hop
got
out of
two.
the
I've
luggage.
got two that I think we both share. I got for number 5, Seattle. Of course, I feel like that's one
Nice.
like closer destination that is would be very unique, and there's a lot of I'm pretty sure a lot of cool stuff to see in Seattle. I'll probably end up flying to as well. But yeah, and then I work for a coffee company, so kind of visiting, trying the coffee out there, and I heard there's actually a really cool, I think it's like a music and arts museum out there, and it talks a lot about
Yeah,
very influential musicians and stuff. So I think that would be kind of cool to check out too.
I think you're right.
So yeah, number 5, Seattle. Go for there.
Wonderful.
Number 4, I've got this is kind of an interesting one that recently I kind of was like, hey, this would be kind of interesting. I kind of want to go to Germany, dude. Check out the German
That would be really
population.
cool. I am not allowed in Germany.
with the math you got.
With the mouth I got, I am not allowed in Germany.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like I've seen a few like movies and one of my
No,
no.
sorry.
Well, and a show I've been watching. I mentioned on the podcast, Dark, and it was kind of nice because the
Yeah.
show centered on like a little town, and I think it is actual real town in Germany, but
That's cool.
just the vibe. It looks kind of a cool, kind of foresty type place, and I think those would be again kind of similar to some European countries. I think it would be a very interesting kind of historical, look there. So yeah, going to go Germany for 4.
I like it. I mean, I'd go with you, but I can't guarantee that I wouldn't cause us some trouble.
It'll be a quick stop. So number 4, Germany. Let's see. Number 3, I've got I do have France back on there because I think the day we spent like walking around in France was probably one of the most unique experiences, I think, and I'm sure you probably see the same, Joey. I think one of the most unique experiences we've had in our lives, being in a city we don't know, just admiring it for what it is, and really just kind of living a day in Paris. And we walked everywhere, and like we made it to the Eiffel Tower at the end of the night.
That's
and
so cool.
It was such
that was
a cool
perfect.
trip,
what a perfect day,
And you know what? That was probably the coolest part. I remember we started and we got like a coffee or something just down the street from where we were staying. And I think you were like, hey, let's just like go to the next place and find like a bar. And then it went from there. And then there was like a bookstore you wanted to go to. And it was just like Shakespeare. Yeah. Like it was such a cool, like very just organic experience. And I feel like even just the day there wasn't, I feel like I want to have another day and, just having a few more days to kind of experience France. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love it. I'll go back to Paris any time. I fell in love with that city, honestly.
It was so cool. And you actually, Joey stayed. I left a little bit earlier on the trip, so Joey actually had a few days just to spend in France, right?
Just running around like a crazy little kid with a weird rash on his face.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, we could tell you guys stories about, man. That's why I'm trying to learn French. So I'm like, shit, if we're ever in a situation where it's like we need,
they don't know what Benadryl is.
I mean, yeah, that was crazy. I mean, yeah, you know what? We should have like we've talked about it on the podcast. We had actually a throwback episode. If you guys want to check it out, we did a top 5s discussion on our trip to France.
Yes, it was a two-parter.
Yeah.
And that was episodes 154 and 155.
It doesn't seem that long ago, those episodes.
So check it out.
So we got Paris, France for 3. For number 2, I've got Greece, especially Santorini, the town of Santorini.
Okay, okay, I see you.
My parents have been here before, and I've just seen photos from, I think that's been in movies too. Like, it just looks like such an
Maybe.
immaculate place, and I think the look of it and this like kind of like hillside town, and the the like the ocean and just kind of the look of it is just super cool, man. So I think it would be a very fun trip, and I think it'd be a very relaxing place to be. So yeah,
Truth.
that's truth, y'all.
Truth.
And my number one, y'all. What's up, Ube? My number one is kind of similar to yours, New York, for number one.
Hey, I'm in New York. Let's go to a Broadway show.
Show. Yeah, you know what? Like New York, it's weird. I've had this weird, even when I moved here to LA, it's like New York's following me. Like I've met so many people who lived in New York, in LA. I've been
But they live in New York and LA. That's wild.
well, it's funny. Like they like, I think, and I don't know. I don't know if this is usual. I don't know if this is usual for people who live in New York, but some people kind of just stay there for a few years and kind of do their thing, and then move to a different town. But I don't know. It's like a weird. It's almost like a calling. Like I feel like I've just met enough people that have recommended New York as a pretty cool place to visit, and I think it would be a nice, fun, quick trip. I think I'd probably spend a few days there, and that's it. So, and kind of like you,
I
dude,
like it.
kind of similar to like our Paris, France trip. I think just kind of walking the city and discovering and kind of looking at cool stuff to discover. So
Hell yeah.
that's it. So that's my number
I
one.
like it. That's very good. Yeah, and I want to visit all these places with you too.
I know. We have fun
You know?
trips together, dude. And
We do all right.
yeah,
We do all right.
we get a little buck wild sometimes, but
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
Looking at you, Amsterdam. Um, yeah, a little crazy out there in Erie, PA.
Well, I know that movie.
Yeah, that thing
Yeah,
you
dude.
do. Wonderful, good list, Shawnee. Yeah, Greece. That didn't even cross my mind. Not bad.
Yeah, it just looks like a beautiful place. Why not?
It does. It does. Um, you ready for a list, dude?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Shawnee. Our themes are somewhat similar this week. I'm moving, and I was like, are there good moving movies? And yeah, not really. But there are good road trip movies. So, Shawnee, what are your top 5 favorite road trip movies?
Road trip movies. Man, I had to dig on this one, and it's kind of funny. I think all of the movies on my list are comedies, because I just feel like
I think so on mine too, as well. Yeah.
I feel like road trip movies are just like born to be like comedy movies, because it's just you're stuck in a car or whatever your travel thing, and it just makes such good like a good scene for some comedic humor. So
It's that classic fish out of water kind of experience.
yeah. So I got like a mixture of movies, and it's kind of funny. I'm looking at the years here too, and I don't think they're kind of in the like 2000s, 90s, 2000s area. So I'm gonna go number 5, Detroit Rock City, which came out in 1999.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, actually, I watched
That's a good pull, dude.
I watched the trailer just as I was making my list. I was like, man, I want to watch this movie again. So, and it was a
That's
pretty
kind of a difficult one to track down, or at least it was for a long time. I think it was out of print.
yeah. I think right now I can only probably rent it on like YouTube or some other streaming service.
That's
But
wild. Yeah,
it's a fun movie. Like it's like
it
these
is.
it's like 4 teenagers, I think, and they're huge like Kiss fans, and they're just pretty much trying to do anything they can to get to this concert. And it's just such a simple premise.
I think
But
Edward Furlong is one of the kids.
I think so. Yeah. I think
And if
so.
you don't recognize the name, kids, that's the OG John Connor.
OG, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you know what? It's funny. I'm not like a huge Kiss fan or anything, but like them just kind of like these 4 teenagers, like they worship Kiss, and they're just trying all they can to get to this concert, try to sneak in or whatever. And the whole movie is just kind of them and their like their journey and antics along the way. Honestly, I kind of want to pop that on tonight. I mean, maybe after I play Tony Hawk, but
It's a good movie. It's a good flick. That's a good pull. It's a very good
it's a
pull.
good, fun one. So that's number
Yeah.
5, Detroit Rock
Nice.
City. I've got number 4, funny enough in the title, 2000's Road Trip. Todd
Nice.
Phillips film, funny enough. Which is kind of crazy, going from like Road Trip to like The Joker, which is pretty nuts. I mean, most of this movie I can remember is just like Tom Green just being like a freaking, I don't know what to describe Tom Green's character.
Tom Green, I forget that he's in this movie. He's trying to feed the snake the entire time.
Yes, and he's like
Yeah.
because they start off the movie, I think, with he's like giving the tour of the college that they're at, the Ithaca
That's
College.
right. Wow. Yeah.
So he's kind of like, it's funny, he's not like super wild in the, he has this kind of like quiet, like,
He's the narrator,
yeah, demeanor,
essentially.
but he does some wild shit still in the movie. And the premise is super funny. You know, this, I guess, like the I'm trying to remember his name, but the guy in the
Breckenmeyer.
Yes, yeah, the main member in the movie is like, he like mails a sex tape to his like current girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, like, track down this video. But it's just like a fun kind of, you know, it's a little more raunchy on the raunchy side, but I think it's a really hilarious movie, especially for like, they're just trying to like get this video, and they're just trying to get to one part of the area, and they end up going, you know, this road trip kind of veers them off to a different adventure. And I think that's what makes the best kind of road trip movies. It's like, it's not like the straight shot, like we're going to point A to point B. It's like point A, but also we kind of detour to this thing, and, you know, kind of do this, and that's kind of like the journey along the way. So it's definitely has that going about it. So yeah, number 4, Road Trip.
Wonderful.
Which is crazy. That came out 20 years ago, which is
Oh.
blowing my mind right now.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I switched just a few of in my order. So I got number 3, We're the Millers, which came out in 2013.
Great movie. Yeah.
Honestly, it was one of those, like, it had to sit with me for a second to really like, oh, this is a great comedy film. And then I watched it a second time, and I just really enjoyed it.
Who's the kid? I mean, he plays the younger kid, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. I can picture him.
I'm looking his name up. He is talented, and he's British.
Yeah. That's what
you wouldn't know it.
Most.
You wouldn't know it. When I see his name, I'd be pissed that I didn't. I couldn't remember.
I'm trying to remember what I saw him in.
Will Poulter. He was in Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
And he played cool. He was the cool guy.
Black Mirror, right? Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, I think, you know, and was it Jason Sudeikis? Is Jason Sudeikis? He's great in this film, and it's such a good like premise too, of like, he's putting together this like fake family to like smuggle drugs or something. And so that already just like starts it off. So the dynamic of them trying to become like, pretend they're a family, and also try to get away with some illegal stuff, is pretty outrageous. And it's a fun time. I think it's a fun
time.
comedy, and it goes through some really, you know, high ups and downs and stuff. So yeah, we're the Millers.
Wonderful.
All right, here we go. My last 2. This was a hard one, actually, because I really like both these movies with a passion. So I'm going to go 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Ooh.
Which is kind of, I guess it's kind of a road trip movie.
It's absolutely a road trip movie,
right?
Yeah.
They're trying to, you know,
Big
stop
time.
the make of their, stop the make.
They're on the road the whole movie. It's a road trip movie.
And we've talked about this movie plenty of times on the podcast, and I think it's probably one of my favorite like Kevin Smith movies. And of course, the Jay and Silent Bob characters are just fucking awesome in this movie. So,
and all the cameos.
And such good cameos.
Ben Affleck cameo where he explains the internet was one of the greatest cinematic moments in history. And then you've got Tracy Morgan. I mean, you've got Chris Rock. There's so many good moments. Dude. Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, George Carlin.
Man, yeah, you know, I forgot George Carlin. That's right. But yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back for 2.
Wonderful.
And my number 1, we've talked about this comedy before. It is 1994's Dumb and Dumber, which is
Right on.
probably one of the perfect road trip movies.
It is. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's so good. I mean, just it
it's-
feels like you're
yeah.
running at an incredible rate, Harry.
And just like them setting up like their characters and how they act, and it's almost like it's so weird because it's like, you know, it's like they're, I don't know how to, like, I know it's like satirical and they're trying to, you know, they kind of act like they don't know much, but I think that's what's great about the dynamic between like Jeff Daniels and like someone like Jim Carrey in the movie. And
they are perfect together. They are
they're perfect
absolutely
duo.
perfect.
And I think it's a great road trip movie for that, you know, seeing their kind of dynamic together. Obviously their friendship in the movie and how it kind of you know, comes and goes, and it kind of goes through some patches, and but in the end it's like, you know, they're best friends till the end kind of thing. So and it's just got like a lot of great like comedy gold in it. Like some great scenes
Ton
of them. But yeah, Dumb and Dumber, 1994. What a great road trip movie. There you go. Those are my road trip movies.
Well, Shawnee,
I'm really curious to hear yours, dude.
I can't switch out my top 2. My top 2 are the same, with Jay and Silent Bob at 2 and Dumb and Dumber at number 1. They're just so good.
They're so good.
They are so good, and I don't know that the humor, I you know, I think it holds up for me personally, but I don't know if you could show this to a different generation that they'd get it.
Yeah,
You know, especially the Kevin Smith ones. Like, you kind of had to either be at the right age in 2001, or you have to be like really into Kevin Smith's filmography, which in 2020 is a bit problematic, because all of those threads kind of come together. And you know, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is kind of the first Avengers, right?
Yeah,
you
actually,
know, he had all these movies from different cinematic universes, or one cinematic universe, and brought them together for the first time. Pretty cool. Pretty cool,
y'all.
So those are my top 2, but my number 5, Vacation.
Yo, that's a classic, Vacation. Dude. That's a classic.
It's so good. They're going to Wally World, and Chevy Chase is hilarious in it. And like, you know, when they meet the uncle, Randy Quaid, and his kids, and like it's really gross. It's not 2020 safe, but like, you know, the daughter's like, I'm really good at making out. My dad says I'm the best one. You're like, no.
That's him, yeah.
It's awful, but it's hilarious. No, Vacation is a great movie. You know, from the grandmother, like, you know, dying on the road trip, and they just put her on the roof of the car, and you know, so many classic moments in that movie. I love Vacation. I love it a lot.
I like that. Vacation. I thought about that one too. I was like,
it's hard. This is, you know, this is a hard one. Yeah, because there's so many great comedies for road trips. I'm gonna go Euro Trip, number 4.
Ooh, Euro Trip, nice.
Euro Trip is, you know, it's not good, but it is great. It's really great. You know, Fred Armisen gets a really early cameo.
Yeah, he's
early in his career. He's the Italian Esclusi. This is the movie where I first heard about and was like, I think I want to go to Amsterdam. You know, it's the French robot when they're in line for the Louvre. You're not a real robot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's and it's a similar structure to Road Trip, and I think it's the same producers and everything, in that he is a graduating high school senior, and he sends a drunken message to his pen pal who he thinks is the dude, and then realizes no, it's a girl, and you know what? It's the love of his life, and he
Yeah.
gets on a plane with his best friend, and they go to Europe, and they meet their other two friends over there. One of them being Michelle Trachtenberg from Nickelodeon fame. She was Harriet the Spy.
Harriet the Spy. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then they just have a crazy adventure. They wind up in Eastern Europe, which is hilarious. The way they depict Eastern Europe. Um, you
We
know,
got the
hey,
soccer.
Miami Vice, #1 new show.
I was gonna say Vinny Jones is the soccer hooligan. That shit was
Vinny
funny.
Jones is the soccer hooligan. Sing!
Yeah.
My baby takes the morning train. Pretty damn good, lads.
It's weird to think
Pretty
like
damn good.
I was gonna say it's weird to think like is this like America's depiction of like what
Oh, big
like
time.
a hardcore like what a soccer hooligan would be or like what Eastern Europe would be or
Yeah, all the depictions are so cartoony and off the wall.
Yeah.
From the Eastern Europeans to the Pope, right?
Yeah.
We've elected a new Pope. You know, it's
Up the
so
Pope.
off the wall. Yeah.
That is actually that's probably a really good like I like how that scene escalates in the
Yeah.
such a good like it really pays off. I think actually a lot of scenes in the movie I feel pay off so well with the kind of the jokes that they're kind of setting up. And I think
Yeah,
that's probably
big
why
time.
it's such a good film. You know,
I really like it. It's it's a dumb. You got to be in the mood to turn your brain off, but it's a fucking funny time. It's a good movie.
Hey,
Number 3, Borat.
yo, wow, you're right, dude. You know, I was just reading they already filmed Borat 2, dude.
Fuck out of here. He said he retired the character and he killed him off.
I think he's bringing that shit back, dude.
Hold on. I need this.
I saw something.
What?
I don't know if it's some fake news stuff, but
What?
the headline I read was Borat 2 coming,
shot.
but he already shot it. So it's like it's already being. Oh, please tell me it's true.
It's true. Wow.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for that one.
Wow. Okay, so that's hilarious. So plot details remain vague, but what we know is that Borat is no longer the little-known Kazakh TV personality he played in the original 2006 movie. 2006. The public knows who he is now, so he has to go undercover to interview people. One source described the film as Cohen playing Borat playing Cohen.
What the? I am so interested.
That sounds awesome. I can't wait. Wow. I didn't think we were ever going to get a Borat 2. Kind of sad that we're getting a Borat 2, but you know what? I'll take it. I even liked Bruno. So there you go.
Bruno.
Oh, we got just like the Sex and the City girls. Which one are you, Donnie? That is such a Samantha thing to say.
Fuck, you know what? I haven't seen that movie in a minute. Freaking both Bruno and Borat.
I didn't like Bruno when it came out. And then I rewatched it a few years ago and I was like, you know what? This is fucking really funny.
It's genius, right? It's just like, and I think that's why those movies are so obviously controversial. And it's just like Sacha Baron Cohen just knows like what branch to like itch or I don't know what the saying I'm trying to put together.
Well, he sees so clearly the hypocrisy that he wants to point out and then how to provoke a person to expose that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that attitude or bigotry or whatever he's trying to expose. He knows how to get that out of people. And he does it in such smart ways. You know, after Borat came out, people were like, we're going to sue you. He's like, you signed a contract, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And, you know, like his Borat accent is a mix of like Yiddish and like a few different languages. He's a smart dude. He's a very smart dude. And he puts himself at incredible risk because he's really going to these places and really messing with these people.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, it's in the name of comedy and he doesn't break character. He doesn't break the fourth wall. He doesn't, you know, he is committed.
Fully in.
And there's something to be said about that. You know, his comedy is risky. And that's why, like, I don't know if have you seen his Showtime show?
You know, I haven't. And I think we talked about it on the show, or my dad suggested.
I've probably talked about it. It's called Who is America? And he plays different characters interviewing different people, all the way from like, you know, lowly politicians to like senators and whatever.
Yeah.
The last episode, spoilers, he interviews OJ Simpson.
Oh shit.
And
Whoa.
he's sitting there with OJ and he's playing this Italian guy. And this woman comes in who doesn't speak English. He's like, OJ Simpson, naked gun, uno, dos, tres. And she's like, I have no idea. He's like, OJ Simpson, a Heisman Trophy. I have no idea. Come on, OJ Simpson, la 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 la. Stab, 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 stab. And she goes, OJ. And OJ's just sitting there like,
Oh,
fuck.
what did I get into? Yeah.
And he's like, you and me are the same. We both lady killer. And
Yo, I don't know why I have not seen
it's
this.
very good. It's very good. Yeah, you gotta check it out.
Man.
But yeah, so that's my list. I'm gonna go Vacation, Euro Trip, Borat, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and Dumb and Dumber.
What a list. All these
What a
movies that we
list.
mentioned, I feel like even all these movies we mentioned, it's like we can watch these like anytime, have a good time. It's like I wonder if there's any more. Like, kind of makes me think like mostly they're comedies, right? So I wonder if there's any other films that are on more of the serious drama side. But I honestly think like that genre.
I was thinking about Schmidt, but
yeah. Would you say like Logan? Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
That'll pass. That'll pass.
But maybe it's like maybe it works so well in comedy because you're taking something as simple as like a road trip, driving somewhere, and what are the kind of crazy antics that you can happen between then. And I think that's probably why.
It's the crazy antics, but you get to take someone either stupid or stubborn or what have you, and then put them in situations that they have no control over, that are completely foreign to them. So it has to be rooted in character.
Yeah.
For it to work.
That's such a fun time, man. I'm actually really excited. I'm going to watch some of these movies this week.
Yeah, I always want to revisit Borat.
Yeah, I got to put that on. I had a DVD copy of it laying around somewhere, so I might see if I can find that.
Hell yeah! Can you watch DVDs anymore? Every time I put on a DVD, I'm like, it's not 1080p.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's I mean, these days I'm
feels
just
like VHS
streaming.
to me.
But man, yeah, I think I don't know. I probably have it somewhere. But you know what? I'm gonna definitely check out that show that he did, because that just sounds super funny and enlightening, and
it's very good. Throw that. It's on Showtime. So watch an episode of that, and then throw on an episode of Gigolos, and you've got yourself quite an evening.
Quite an evening.
Quite an evening.
Heck yeah, dude.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's our lists.
Good list tonight.
Good list tonight. Jonathan, do you have anything you'd like to share with our dear, sweet, lovely, imaginary audience?
Man, gosh, did I have anything? I feel like I had something at the top of my head. I'm trying to remember. I mean, honestly, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, play that game, guys. It's awesome. Probably one of my favorite games I think I've bought this year, and I cannot wait to play more of it. And I don't know. We'll see.
It's really good.
Maybe we'll have a little Sonic. We'll have like a Twitch stream with like top fives. Maybe we'll do a top fives list still as well. But I think
I definitely want to do a top 5 Tony Hawk levels soon.
Ooh, that sounds so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much I don't have much to share this week, but I am very jazzed off of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered. So
awesome.
Out, y'all. Joey, do you have anything to share this week, dude?
No.
That's all.
I mean, not really. I'm moving. I'm excited.
Yeah, dude, got your move.
I'll shout out. Try this new restaurant just down like half a block from my place called Split. And I've had 2 meals there now. It's decent. It's real good. So I'm gonna go with Split.
I wonder what the split is in there. Do they have like banana splits or some sort of?
No.
That would be like my total, like when I think of that, it's like, oh, like 2 dishes, like you get to split something. I don't know.
Well, me and the lady usually do split. We split a salad and a burger yesterday, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's called Splits. Great question.
That's cool, dude. I actually, yeah, I haven't been to a restaurant in a minute. The first restaurant I went to in a while was the steakhouse in Pasadena when my parents were here, and that was an interesting experience. Like, being in
Did you eat
the,
inside?
it was an outside seating.
Outside. Okay. Yeah, I would not eat inside. I
Yeah,
would
and
not go inside anywhere right now.
it wasn't bad. I think like there was enough like separation between the different
Church and
parties and
state.
stuff. But I don't know. It was cool. I don't see myself like going to many restaurants in the near future, but I've been just kind of trying to support local businesses and do some pickup orders. But I can't wait for that day when I can actually sit inside of a restaurant again and do that
You
thing.
know, I'm good off of that. Outdoor
Yeah,
seating from here on out.
yeah. You know what? Yeah, why
We
not?
don't need to be inside. We're humans.
We need some fresh air, y'all.
We need fresh air.
It's
Plants
nice.
just don't do it.
It's
They're
nice being
enough.
outside, dude.
You know, it's pretty good.
Pretty good, y'all.
It's pretty good. That's it. Next week, I'll be in a completely different location.
Yeah, change of scenery.
Change of scenario. You wild. You wildin'. Jonathan, where can we find more of your work on the internet this week, my friend?
You guys can find me on Instagram. I have to think about it for a second. On Instagram at Shonday Music, and also on my website, shondaymusic.net. Joey,
Net.
where can we find you on the internet?
You can check me out on Twitter at Joey Prodi and on my website, joeyprodiscripts.com. You can check out the show at Top 5 Pop. It's TOPFIVE 5 POD on Instagram, on Twitter at gmail.com, and on YouTube. We're also on Facebook at Top 5 Podcast, Google Play, Apple Music, and SoundCloud. So please give us a like, give us a listen, give us a follow, give us your love, and we will give you
Quite a lovely road trip of love your way.
Ain't that the truth? Until next time, I'm Joey Prodi.
And I'm Shonday.
Thanks for listening.
That's nice.
That's so nice. Hell yeah.
What a
Good show, man.
fun episode, dude.
That was a good episode.